Hi, this is Gretchen, and this is my Minecraft Let's Play. Today I am working on setting up a woodworking room. I've been busy in my basement. I'll show you what I've done. I have a bedroom, so I actually have a safe spot on my house. And I now have a chunk loader, so things keep working when I'm not here. A very ugly kitchen that I'm going to fix with the woodworker. Back door. A great view. And this is my workroom that actually has electricity. And this is my storeroom I'm working on. So this is my woodworking room I'm working on. So far I have a squeezer, which I've squeezed some seed oil into. And I have a carpenter, which I need to attach an engine to still. My basic work table. And my crafting station. I have some water here, so I have a water source. And I have a hive going here with a rocky bee. I recently just crossbred her, so we're going to see how that affects things. I also set up a clearing over here to breed trees in. Now, I don't know if I got anything bred, but the trees grew. Now, they say you should use a grafter to get the middle. If the leaves are different color, you succeeded. So far, I'm not seeing anything. They just look the same. Let's see. Maybe if we get on top, we'll see something. This is what I was afraid of. I don't think I got anything, and I think the reason is I'm using a bee house and not a apiary. And I think an apiary or an apiary is necessary. Now, the bee I'm using is a marshy drone and a marshy queen. Oh, they're not finding the right flowers. I just found out I need mushrooms for my marshy drones. I had the hardest time putting a hive outside because the temperature and humidity in my biome is very high. So the marshy drone is the first one I've ever seen that actually works in this biome. But I just noticed that it doesn't have the right flowers because I assumed it wanted flowers. What it actually wants is mushrooms because I just did some research online. So, oh, it's too bright. Aha, there we go. There we go. So it has the right temperature, which this is the temperature for my biome. It's 120 degrees temperature and it's 90% damp. So the marshy drone actually likes it. And I have bees coming out, so the mushrooms were what I needed to get it to work. I don't actually need these flowers. Yay. And as long as I don't pop the mushrooms, I should be good. So this will actually pollinate my trees. I don't know if they needed to be running before the trees grew or not. We'll find out. We'll also find out if the bee house will work, because right now I have a bee house. And they say apiary in our tutorials. So I'm hoping I don't actually need an apiary. But if not, we'll make one. So that's what I've got set up so far. I need to make the woodworker. But first, in order to make it, show you. I need an impregnated casing. And that requires me to be able to put the seed oil into the carpenter to impregnate a casing. Now, I've made some empty cells, but they don't empty when I put them in here into the squeezer, even with the machine running. So that means I need to make some wax capsules, which means I need a centrifuge. So You look it up. I need copper and a sturdy casing, which is bronze. I believe I have enough bronze. Oh, I'm missing 2. Okay. We need more bronze. Bronze is 3 copper, dust, and tin dust. 1 tin dust. And your 3 copper dust. You get 2 bronze, which is nice. And then you just smelt it. Here's the bronze we need. Alright. There's that. And we need glass. I think I have some here. Yes, I do. Sturdy casing. Centrifuge. And we'll put it here. I have an extra carpenter by accident. And we need to make some Stirling engines. Or some other engines. I'm just going to do Stirling because I have plenty of things to burn. So we need stone gear, which is a wood gear. Okay. Might as well make some more. There we go. And then we'll make a whole bunch of stone gears. We need a piston, which is iron, redstone, 4 cobble, and 3 wood. Actually, we might as well do that. Yeah, we'll do it here. Alright. There we go. And then let's see if I remember this right. No, I don't. Close. Alright. Now we have plenty of Stirling engines. Oh, we need a switch there. We need switches. We just take some sticks and some cobble. Alright. I like to have a switch on them so I can turn them off. I would prefer that to be more streamlined, but oh well, we'll fix it later. And this could be broken. Put the engine there. See if it moves. Nope. Switch. And some charcoal. Put half there. Half there. So we need some wood. About 8. So go here. Oh, we need wax capsules first. Those are beeswax. And you get beeswax in the centrifuge. So we take some comb, which I have tons of. Oh. Ah. Not sure if these are going to work in here. I put an unusual queen with a rocky drone to see what would breed. But it didn't seem to... I didn't get a rocky drone with more qualities. I got something else, so... Oh well, so I've got my wax. I've got my comb. So I put it in the centrifuge. Turn the power on. And now it's working. So the centrifuge has now made all my beeswax and my honey drops. I went away and came back. It's a lovely thing about a chunk loader. So now, let's see if we can do it in here. Yes. Wax capture. We are going to put the wax capsule in here. Take the seed oil out. And we have 2. Perfect. Okay, so I set up another machine because I realized my carpenter that I had on the other side of the room had water in it. And I put the seed oil capsules I put the wax capsules in the machine and it filled them with the seed oil. I put them in this slot here and it put the seed oil in the machine. Now I just need to put 8 pieces of, like I've set up the pattern, and then put the components in here. Now it's going to mix this. This meter here is what you're looking for. When this gets to the full, the product should come out over here. And it's very slow, so be patient. Got it. Now we just turn off the machine. And then we look up the recipe again. Alright, so we just need some proving gears, which means impregnated sticks. So we need 4, no, we need 8 of those. So then put our delete the pattern here. Do that. Turn on the machine. Wait for it to produce. Alright, I have my impregnated sticks. And then we can proven gears. So I take my 3 proven gears and I take 2 pieces of wood, 3 pieces of glass, and my impregnated casing, and I get the Woodworker. Finally. Now I'm assuming this needs power. Oh, I need wood polish. Let's see if we actually need power. Let's get wood polish first. Okay, so I recorded the rest of my video and my headset ended up being really wonky. So this is a couple days later. I have since finished making my workshop and moved it. The engines that I had before were taking way too much resources, so I switched to electrical and hooked it up to my workshop's electrical system and then upgraded to a low voltage solar, and I'll keep upgrading as I find tin. Also set up a factory farm up here so that I can plant more trees to make wood for my woodworker without having to run outside and get it. As long as I use one type of tree, I should be fine with that. Now this is the room I moved to. It's much closer to my workroom, so I didn't have to run as far. What I had said before was I wasn't sure if the woodworker required power. It does not. It requires just wood polish. Now, in order to make wood polish, you need to have a squeezer where you place specifically a coniferous tree into it to squeeze out the resin from the tree. And do I have any here? Yeah, spruce wood. So you take spruce wood, you put it in the machine, you turn it on, and it squeezes it and makes resin. You need to get a pipet to get it out. Or you actually pick it up, right click it to empty it. Then you put it in your still, and it turns into sap. Then I might as well take the last of the resin. Turn that machine off. That picks it up and then drops it off. Okay. Turn this on. It cooks it. For some reason, when you empty and then reload in there, the pipet still looks full, but then after a couple minutes, it just looks empty. So I keep getting confused by it, so don't let it confuse you. So the still is going to take the resin and make turpentine. You pick that up with the pipet, and you go into the carpenter, make sure it's empty. You put the turpentine on the right. You take some beeswax, and put it on the, mark it up there, and then put it in your machine. And then turn on power. See if this needs anyone. Oh, it still needs to be on. And that's going to make your wood polish. And it takes time. This machine's really slow. I don't know if it's the... It seems to be this slow no matter what power I put on it, but I'm sure there's a way to amp it up. I just haven't figured it out yet. So once you do that, you have your wood polish. You take some wood. Do something different today. And do I have any birch? Oh, let me show you something else. So this is the lumber mill. I made this machine. You take your wood in it. You have to have water in there. You turn it on, and it actually saws the wood. And instead of getting 4 pieces for every chunk of wood, you actually get 6 pieces and bark and sawdust, which is pretty freaking awesome. And it works pretty fast. So I've got tons there. So even if you're not doing much woodworking and you need wood, you might as well make a lumber mill. You take your 2 different colored woods, you put it in a machine like this with wood polish down here, and it makes a pattern. Now, if you switch the woods, you switch with the base pattern back, which one's the outside and which is the in. You can change to all kinds of different styles. There are lots of really cool ones. And tiling. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. And they have these little shapes, and they have these shapes. Oh, that's pretty too. I think I want this for kitchen floor. Then you just pick it up. Oh, let's see what we got here. Turpentine's still in there, so it's still making polish. This machine's can be turned off. It's made all the turpentine it can. Might as well take it out. Put the turpentine back in here. And then get some more beeswax. Put that in there. Really? There. Oh, it still had some in there, that's why. So it's going to keep making my polish for me while we run away. Oh, this is some flooring I've already done. I thought it looked kind of nice. This is paneling. It looks nice, but there's a lot of trickiness to it, and I'll explain that in a sec. Now, this is my kitchen. I've changed it a bit. I still don't like that. But I figured if we tile it, it might look better. So let's get it started and see what the difference looks like. Oh yeah, that's going to look a lot nicer. I'm going to do some more woodworking, and I'm going to finish tiling this room, and that's going to change the look of it dramatically, I think. Now, paneling. I mentioned it's a little tricky. Let me show you some of the stuff I learned. This is some panel. I haven't done much with it, and let me explain why. If you put it on the side, let me turn F7 on. Hello. Here it is. If you have a panel near the floor, it makes it a spawn point. I don't like that, so I won't do that. So that's one option. So then I thought about lining up all of my ceiling with it because it looks pretty, right? Well, this isn't a good room to make an example. Use the axe to break it. And let me find one that's a little easier to show. I need something with a corner that doesn't have barrels in it. Here we go. You put it here. Well, first off, you can't do a row like this along and make a border on the top. So that's out. And if you put it on the ceiling, it makes dark corners. I don't like that either. I'm not too thrilled with the panels. Now you can do accents like this, and since it's not against the floor, it's not having a problem, but I can't use it to line my kitchen cabinets. And in a hallway like this, you can do it and then just stripe the sides. And that'll look nice. So I'm thinking of doing that, but I'm going to choose a different pattern, I think. So that's my plans for that. So you have your squeezer, your still, your lumber mill, your centrifuge to make the beeswax into the actual bee pollen. And I have two different carpenters set up, one for turpentine and such, and others for like making seed oil and things like that. Panel machine works just the same as the panel worker works the same as the woodworker. You don't need power, you just need wood polish, and then you just put your woods in here and you pick your patterns. Kind of nice. Just like I said, there's a lot of quirks to it you have to pay attention to. Other than that, it's something that might be useful. Oh, something else I thought looked kind of nice, but it would depend on the paneling. Is if you wanted to do something like that. That might be kind of nice. So, sorry for the shortened version, but the sound quality was just hideous for the second half of my taping. I had stopped and started again, and I must have just not put the mic near my mouth correctly. So, this is my woodworking room. I hope it's been informative. And this is Gretchen's Let's Play Minecraft.